everyone. Let's have a nice and productive day. The kids at the school call me Miss M because they can't pronounce Mazie. My name is Tequila Mazie, and I am here today to assist. Stevens Elementary was originally built in 1909, but the current location of the building was rebuilt in 2001. I've been actively involved parent since 2010 when my first child was enrolled. Today I am going to tell you about my service learning experience. The school has an estimated amount of 365 students enrolled from grades PK3, meaning 3-year-olds, to 5th grade. I was able to meet, greet, and interact with variety activities with students and staff. First, I am going to tell you about how I got my day started with the service learning experience by meeting the students and staff. My main point, I completed my service experience at a Little Rock Stevens Elementary. Do you remember the first day of school, being excited, nervous to meet your instructor and classmate? The mission of the organization, according to the Little Rock School District.org, emphasized a few key ideas. As the state largest school district, the Little Rock School District has resources to meet the needs of individual students, whether your child thrives in a gifted and talented learning environment or has special needs. Little Rock School District provides a welcoming, nutritioning, educational atmosphere for all students. The people was from 3-year-old all the way to 12 from the grade range, but then the adults, they varied in ages. And the place was located at 3700 West 18th Street in Little Rock, Arkansas, 72204. It's a wide and long building. We kind of already know what the school looked like, but once you go in there, it has bright lights and the grade levels are broken up by colors. Kindergarten has orange, first grade has blue, and going forward. The task that I had was to assist the staff with the students in any other needs. I was able to help the teachers by reading to the kids and helping with math and reading assignments. I was able to watch the children during recess and lunch with the lunch aides while the teachers are relieved to go to lunch or have a break. I was able to help the office staff by filing papers, making copies, and delivering forms to students to take home. Next, I would like to analyze my experience. Do you remember going to school and looking forward to going to lunch or recess? I did. I can remember playing jump rope with my friends while my ponytail hang with bows bouncing up and down as I jumped. The relevant communication principle is communicating involves both verbal and nonverbal messages. The definition, according to the Euler Survivor Guide 2019, is all behavior have symbolic potentials that includes the word we speak as well as our vocal and non-vocal nonverbal communications. As an example from my service that illustrates the principle, when I read to the students, I was able to change my voice to fit the characters in the story and make sound as well as facial expressions. My examples illustrate the principle because I was able to communicate with the kids to keep them entertained as well as read educational grade level books. The first communication concept is understanding. The definition, according to Adler, Rodman, and Dupree 2017 textbook source, is the act of a message following synthetic, semiotic, and pragmatic rules. I know I probably messed it up. An example from my service that illustrates the concept. When helping the students with the class assignments, I had to get an understanding of the material because I haven't been in elementary in so long, so I didn't understand it. So I had to get an understanding of the materials in order to help the students be able to understand so they can get their answers correct and also show their work. My example illustrates the definition because in order for me to explain the ways to solve the problems, I had to get an understanding of the steps of the problem solving. Because we can't just go to Google and write the answer, because that's what I do. The second communication concept is mindful listening. The definition according to the textbook is being fully present with people, paying close attention to their gestures, manners, and silence, as well as what they say. An example, when working around children, they may cry to express they're hurt or hungry. Bouncing around to express that they may need to go to the restroom. I have to be mindful of my settings to know what the signals mean. When dealing with kids' personal information, I have to be careful and listen to the instructions given so I won't cross-foul with other students while I'm fouling their work. My example illustrates the definition because I am able to be mindful listener and be able to understand the instructions needed to work with so many children. Now that I am able to help volunteer improve my communication by the communication concept and the ethical implications. My point 3. Have you ever had a long day of listening, learning, and playing, then looking at the clock and seeing if it's time to go home yet? Well, as a student and as an adult, I can relate. One of the communication concepts that I use to improve my communication will be social distance. The definition according to the textbook is one of the Hall 4 distance zone, ranging from 4 feet to 12. I chose this because with helping with children, I have to make sure that they are accountable for it at all times. Because if I lose somebody's child, I'll be on channel 4, 7, 11, and 16. So I can use this concept to improve my communication, getting the important information to guide me with the instructions needed to have a successful day with the children and students. An ethical implication I could use to improve my community would be trustworthiness. The definition according to the Euler Survival Guide 2019 is the degree to which the accuracy of our ideas and to share information can be used by others to make decisions, maintaining the trust needed for a healthy community. I chose this based on my service experience because the building trust from the students and the staff, I could get their trust to come back in the future to have a positive impact with them. I can use the implication to improve my community by getting the trust that I can be trusted to do many other activities with the school. Finally, I hope you were able to understand my service learning experience with the students and staff at Stevens Elementary. Today, I had the chance to tell you about learning experience at Stevens Elementary. I appreciate being able to work with the students and staff at Stevens Elementary by meeting, greeting, and also interacting with many students, activities with the staff as well as the students.
I went there too.
Like Mr. Carlisle.
Oh, no, no, no.